How much are distractions in your ADHD really costing you? Let's look at that. How many hours of distractions do you feel like you have a week? I'd say at least 2, right? Or more, maybe. But let's run with 2. So say you have 2 hours of distractions a week. Say you make $50 a week. Then that means weekly we're losing $100 to lost productivity, lost focus, lost distraction, most realistically culprit from ADHD. So today I want to talk about breaks. I know breaks seem easy and basic, but let's dive in a little bit deeper. So studies say that breaks are crucial, and studies say that we want to actually take the breaks before we think we need the breaks. So the studies say if we take breaks earlier than waiting until we're like, oh my gosh, I can't focus or do anything else, I must need a break, that will actually set us up for longer focus, longer productivity, better mindset, and just a better outlook on things. So recommendation is taking breaks earlier before we think we need it, maybe a morning break while we're still doing great, instead of waiting till lunch or afternoon for a break. Also, there are lots of different types of breaks. Let's evaluate what breaks you're doing and how they're working for you. What's working best for you is what we need to find. So are we doing short breaks? Are we doing long breaks? What are we doing during breaks? Are we just sitting there scrolling on social media? Or are we doing exercise breaks? Are we doing nutrition breaks? Are we doing passion project breaks? Are we doing productivity to-do list or functional breaks, chore breaks? So it's important to look at all that and see, is this working in my best ability and in my best favor? If not, how do I change that? All we do know is we do need regular breaks, especially for the ADHD brain. So as long as you're taking short or long regular breaks, that is what we need. Below are some examples of what breaks could look like and how to set those up best in your schedule. Just like anything else, scheduling in the breaks for your days is what is shown to be most effective. Other than daily breaks, we also need to look at weekly breaks. So we need to take a Sabbath. We need at least one day, if not more, a week, where we're unplugging, we're regrouping, we're not focusing on what we're doing all week long. We're not working on our 9-to-5 job. So that could be relaxing, nature, fun, hobbies, chores, just something different so that our brains can regroup. If we don't give our brains to regroup daily and weekly, the studies actually show we're less creative and less efficient. So we're all about efficiency and focus and creativity. So let's allow ourselves the breaks, because actually they're in our best benefit to move forward. Other than weekly breaks, we need monthly breaks and quarterly breaks. So monthly and quarterly, we should be evaluating. How are we doing? Do I need to take a long weekend off? Should I take a short trip? Should I go see friends? Should I really engage in a passion project or a hobby or interest that I don't often give myself enough time to do? So all of this is important. All of this does help the ADHD brain, executive function, focus, productivity. What happens if we try too hard, too long, without breaks? Well, oftentimes what I see with ADHDers and what a lot of people tell me is if they push really hard for a day or a few days, then after that they have to take a day or a few days off to lay in bed or do something different to regroup. This is about a marathon, right? This is about a marathon of productivity, efficiency, and life. So how can we create breaks to help us go and not get overwhelmed where we need to shut off completely because we're too overwhelmed and burnt out because we were too productive too long? And we need extreme breaks. So breaks are good, but we want to have them healthy and balanced in and sprinkled in, and not like, oh my gosh, I'm so burnt out, I can't do anything else. So it's important to find that balance and structure, that yin and yang, that ebb and flow. Monthly or quarterly, I want you to focus on the 4 R's and reflect on those. Rest, relax, reflect, and regroup. Rest, relax, reflect, and regroup. How are we doing with the 4 R's? Do we need to change our breaks? Are we doing good? How's our efficiency level? Just like the old proverb, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. We don't want to be dull women, right? We want to be super women. We want to be wonder women. We want to be efficient, effective, but have that motivation to continue being efficient and effective long term.